we see this in social justice issues, and even like, are all of these social justice issues the way that Christians should be handling them? Like, is it the right way that a Christian should handle some of these social justice issues? Is it biblical justice, what we're talking about here? Are we pushing for biblical justice, or are we pushing for what the world calls justice?
Yeah.
We don't have time to get into that today, but this is at the heart of it. This is what people are trying to do. They're trying to right the wrongs that they see happening in front of them, or that have happened, and we're still seeing the effects of it today.
Yeah.
I get it. I do get it. We want to see justice. We want to see righteousness now. So even if we have a warped view of what justice is or what righteousness is, we're going to try to push for it. And I think that all humans want that. I think all humans, saved or not, they want to see justice.
I try to
even if they have the wrong view of it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I tried to define social justice and biblical justice real quick. So
yeah, go ahead.
Social justice is the idea of acting with equality, fairness, and dignity to all human beings. But the debate begins with how we should act in accomplishing this. That's what the debate is. How do we carry that out? So
Right.
that compared to biblical justice, and I try to define it as the act of God commanding us to treat everyone made in his image with fairness, dignity, and respect for his glory and our good. So we look at how God acted and what God tells us to do, you know, with those who are made in the image of God, who need fairness, dignity, and respect. And, you know, of course, when there's a crime committed, we have the government to do that, and we should, you know, desire godly leadership. But the two have clashed, you know, as of late. The clashing, I think, due to lacking definition of terms. I think people are, you know, interpreting things that God says in Scripture differently.
Right.
So the battleground is exegesis, you know, on the passages that talk about justice and God's involvement with those that are calling for justice. You know, we do see that in Scripture, but I don't think that that's what people are doing nowadays. I think they fall more in line with the worldly, secular way of handling justice in the world. You know, making accusations of people, groups of people, and now looking at the individual who's in need of saving or needs Christ, or needs correction if they're a Christian. And I think that's where Christians are making the mistake, that they're clumping people up into groups and labeling them a certain way. And I think the biblical way of dealing with sin is through the individual, you know, through in the local church setting, you know. So we have to be careful with that.
Yeah.